Hey DinkyDana, this is TheCompletionist, and this is my video response to your Christmas contest. What I'm going to do is I'm going to suggest to you a video game, a television series, an anime series, and a film for your Christmas contest. Now, I do ask for one favor though. You have said in your video that anybody who submits a video response will get 5 entries into your contest. I would only like to ask for 1 entry because I've had chats with you before and it's kind of insane the amount of entries you got to go for in terms of this contest. But I'll tell you why I would only like 1 entry, and there's a little story behind it. Back in university, I was good friends with a guy by the name of Austin. I met this guy in my 3rd year, and he was a gamer like myself, but he was very sarcastic and he had a very great sense of humor. He also had a lot of interesting life philosophies, and one night me and him were at the student bar, and they were having this contest called Who Wants to Win Your Tuition? Pretty much a cheap knockoff of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So basically, the only way you could participate in this event is that you had to buy a Molson beer product, and for every Molson beer product that you bought, you got 1 entry card. You fill out that entry card, you put it in the box, and they would draw 2 names. And those 2 people that were drawed, they would get up and play Who Wants to Win Your Tuition. So basically, me and my friend Austin, we were having a couple of drinks, and he was just looking over, and he was just pretty much telling me of like how stupid everyone is becoming. The thing is that a lot of people were buying Molson products that night, and he said, yeah, sure, statistically, you know, the more entries you put in, the better chance you got of getting into the contest. But he said, you know, these people drinking all these Molson beer products are going to be so drunk by the time the contest starts they won't be able to do anything about it. And that was when he told me, when it comes to draws or the lottery or anything along those lines, you only need 1 ticket or 1 set of numbers to win. And even if you do increase your odds statistically by buying more tickets, if you're meant to win, you're only going to win with 1 entry. And to prove a point, he bought a Molson product, he filled out the card, and he put it in the box. And I shit you not, later on that night, he only put in 1 entry, and his entry was the 2nd name that was chosen. I couldn't believe it. What luck. So I kind of adopted that philosophy myself, that, you know, when it comes to me putting myself into any kind of contest, or if I buy a lottery ticket, I only buy 1. Because in the end, that's all you're going to win with. So anyway, that's my personal request to you, so I hope that little story you enjoyed it a little bit. So DinkyDana, in terms of the things that I'm going to suggest to you, the first is a television series, and it is my favorite sitcom of all time. This sitcom only lasted for 3 seasons, but nothing has ever come close to the sense of humor that I love about this sitcom, and I absolutely love it. And if you haven't seen it, or if any of my viewers have not seen it, I highly recommend that you do. And that television series is Titus. This series is one of the funniest things I've ever seen on TV in my entire life. What I want you guys to do is I want you to pause this video, I want you to open up a new tab, go to YouTube, and type in the best of Ken Titus. And it's like 7 or 8 parts. And just watch some of them. This is Titus's dad. If you don't laugh, you literally have no soul. His dad pretty much makes the series so friggin' enjoyable. So anyway, DinkyDana, if you haven't seen this series, I highly recommend that you do, because this is my favorite sitcom of all time. In terms of the film, this is a film that was first released in 1982. It is one of my favorite Disney films, but it's not a Disney animated film. And that film is the original Tron. When I seen this movie for the first time when I was 6 to 7 years old, I absolutely loved it. I loved the scenes with the light cycles and the tanks. And even though when I watch this movie now, it hasn't aged very well, but I still enjoy it all the same. And you don't understand how excited I am to see the Tron Legacy movie next week. If you are a gamer and you are watching this video right now, please go out and see Tron Legacy and lend your support, because I'm sure the graphics are going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And another great thing about Tron Legacy is that the score of the movie is being done by one of my favorite bands, which is Daft Punk. So please check out that movie on December 17th, and DinkyDana, I really hope you've seen the original Tron before. With regards to the game, I've already mentioned this game on my last video. And that game is Bangai-O Spirits. I don't know if you own this game, DinkyDana, but you should be able to find it at your local GameStop or anywhere along those lines fairly cheap. And I absolutely love this game. You know, you'll never have as much fun dying as what you will in this game, and it is incredibly addictive. So if you do find this game, I highly recommend you give it a try, because you'll have a lot of fun with it. Now, in terms of the anime series, this anime series is pretty much my favorite series of all time, even though it's technically a 4-episode OVA. And it's kind of funny, there's a little story involved with this series. I basically got into anime around the mid-1990s when I was 15, 16 years old. And, you know, for the most part, a lot of the anime I watched was stuff that used to come on mainstream television, like Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and things along those lines. Now, when I was 17 years old, I graduated from high school. And, you know, I'm not really a big party animal or anything along those lines. So, you know, after grad, people usually go on and do the big drinking thing. But, like, that wasn't really my kind of thing. So that night, I ended up just spending the rest of the night that I graduated over at my sister's house. And she had a satellite dish. And I don't know if any other Canadians can remember, but one of the channels she had on her satellite dish was called the Space Channel, the Imagination Station. And every Friday night at around 1:30 in the morning, they would show anime. Mostly it was anime that was released by US Manga Corps. And this was where I got to see my favorite anime of all time. And that is the original Dominion Tank Police. Now, they showed this anime on the Space Channel, the dub version, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the voices, I loved the music, and I loved it all. And it was one of the few animes that I actually went out of my way to buy both the VHS copies for. So you don't get to see very much anime VHS lately. So I just love this series. Now, they did release a new Dominion Tank Police, which was 6 episodes long, but it's not as good as the original. I find this series incredibly funny, incredibly enjoyable. The humor is very tongue-in-cheek, and if you haven't seen this series, I highly recommend you give it a try. So anyway, DinkyDana, that is my video response to your Christmas contest video. So anyway, I hope you like the suggestions that I made to you, and for anybody else watching this video, I hope you give some of my suggestions a try as well. So anyway guys, this is TheCompletionist, so take care, and I wish you nothing but the best.